Greetings from MegaMart's culinary journey. I'm Chef Sarah Mayer, and today, of course, I always have a very special show for you because we just love cooking here. Today, I'm going to do a take on a classic Christmas ham, but I'm doing pork loin. So we have it here, the crown pork. It's basically the whole loin of the pork with the rib cage and the bones attached still, and it's tied into a circle, and we're going to stuff it and roast it away. It's going to be very, very yummy. So let's get started with that. I have my oven on to 375, right? I'm going to put in, we have some cloves. I want to actually spare my pork loin, like so. We're going to spare the pork loin, and we're going to put cloves in there, as well as some garlic wrapped in sage. All in between the ribs and everything. We're going to bake it off at about 375 for, I'd say, 45 minutes. Oopsie, that one not going through. Okay, this doesn't want to go through, obviously. Let's see if I can remember where I poked the holes. There. So, you know, just like a classic ham, it has cloves in there, except I'm just doing it with pork. It's not going to take as long to prepare, you know, so it'll be nice, but it's going to taste very yummy. And I'm using an herb that we don't usually use in Jamaica, but which is it's very wintry in the States, and that's sage. And I love this essence of sage. It's a very hearty herb, so you can cook it for a while. So now, let me put this over here. I'm going to slice my garlic in half, because some of these cloves are quite large, and I don't want to pierce too much of a hole in our pork loin, because you don't want all the juices running out. That's a nice little small one. Now this is a sage. See, it's very hearty. And if you smell it, it smells like, it smells like the wacky tobacco. You know, got it? I think it's very funny. Okay, if anybody knows what that is. So I'm going to pierce the holes with the garlic and the sage, like so. And it's really going to give it a nice essence because it's in the meat, and it's wrapped. The garlic is wrapped in the sage, so the garlic is going to cook, and just all of the perfume from the sage is going to permeate the meat. So it's very, very yummy. Let's see. I think I got some more holes around here. Yep, that's good. One more, I think we should be good. Oop, that one didn't come off right. So, now what we're going to serve with this is going to be a mushroom tart. And with the mushroom tart, I'm going to caramelize off some leeks, some garlic, deglaze that with cognac, and then make like I wouldn't say a quiche, it's more of a tart because there's no cheese in there. But it has a pie crust, and it's very, very pretty. I always try to, you know, being in a restaurant business for so long, you get sick and tired of doing certain things, and it's very hard for you to come up with different starches. And that's my way of coming up with a starch. So a rendition of a starch. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys tonight. Oopsie, our top came off. Okay, so from here now, I'm going to take some all-spiced cloves, drop it in here right in the middle of the pork so that also permeates the meat as it cooks. We're going to get an orange, some cinnamon. Let's cut our orange in half. That can go right down in there too. It's going to be so good. So you have the Christmas spices, you know, the citrus and the cloves and the cinnamon and all of that stuff. I'm going to take a little more sage, which is right over here, and stuff that in there too. Now let's season it up. A little salt and pepper. Now you want to kind of flip it so you can get the meat properly seasoned like so. You see all the cloves in there? Isn't that pretty? Rub it up. Massage it in there. Pepper. A nice amount. Turn it so we get the other side. Like so. Maybe I should have put the oranges in after I planned to season it. So let's not do this at home when you do it. Let's season it first and then put the oranges in the middle. All right. I also want to put a little olive oil on it. Now, if you want to get a little crazy, you can actually wrap the whole pork loin in bacon, and that will help baste the pork as it cooks. Because you know, pork tenderloins are not very fatty, so it won't hurt to have the bacon wrapped around it, because that's going to kind of baste it as it cooks. But I figure we have enough flavors going on here right now. Right, looks yummy. We have a roasting rack over here. Now I'm also going to take some cinnamon sticks or cinnamon leaves, crack it on the bottom, some more of these cloves and allspice berries, and the thyme that was inside the pork when I opened the show. Wrap this up. Put this here. Right, doesn't that look gorgeous? That's so pretty. So pretty. Let's wash my hands. And while I'm over here, I'll just open up our oven. It's already set at 375. This is going to be so good. Can't tell me that don't look sexy. So sexy. Okay, so this goes in here now. That's going to be yummy. Do you see all the little garlic in there? Isn't that beautiful? And the sage, it's going to be so good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start our stuffing for our mushroom tart, which is going to be the caramelized leeks, some more sage, some garlic, cognac, some callaloo. If you see spinach in the market, use the spinach. That'll be beautiful too, because they have some really nice local spinach sometimes that's very hearty, so it stands up to the bacon in the tart. And I find that imported spinach is very watery. The one we have here, the local ones, it's not as watery. So let's get our leeks. Boom. Leeks, callaloo, sage, some garlic. Oh, I did forget that I wanted to rehydrate our porcini mushrooms. So you're going to go on break now. I'm going to get some water going. Pour the hot water over our porcini mushrooms to rehydrate them. I'm going to start sauteing off my leeks and all the herbs and garlic. And when you come back, we'll show you how to roll out the dough, do the tart, and go from there. Bye.
Exotic Stone Creations, the largest manufacturer of granite and marble countertops and the largest selection of kitchen cabinetry. Also available are limestone porcelain and travertine tiles. We invite you to visit our showrooms at 284 Spanish Town Road, Kingston 11 and shop number 9, Fairview Shopping Centre, Montego Bay. Exotic Stone Creations, for the ultimate expression of timeless beauty.
Welcome back to MegaMart's Culinary Journey. While you're on break, I got a couple things started. I have my leeks. I cut into nice little thin rounds, half rounds. I started sauteing them with some olive oil, some garlic on a very low heat, because you want to caramelize them and bring out the sweetness, because that's really going to flavor the tart. I also started rehydrating my ceps or porcinis. They're actually, the ceps are the fresh version to porcinis, and they're Italian. Now when you dehydrate them, they're very, very intense in flavor. So I only use, this is how much? This is like nearly ½ an ounce, and I use 2 of these packages. You know what it looks like? I can throw it away now. So it's basically an ounce, and that's really gonna, you're really gonna get that flavor in the tart, because they're very, very strong. From here now, I just wanted to show you how I cut my sage for my filling. Sage, you want to make sure it's a very, as I said, it's a very hearty herb. So you want to kind of julienne it very, very finely. So it doesn't really overpower it when you overpower your taste buds when you eat it. And I mean, you don't have to dice it up too much, just like this. Make sure you don't put that stem in there though. That won't be nice. So I already put some in here, but I just wanted to make sure you guys saw how we did it. so you know how to do it when you have to do it. That's going to go straight in there now, because as I said, it's a hearty herb and it can cook for a while. So let's just toss this up nicely. We're going to season it with a little salt and pepper as well. You always want to season periodically throughout your cooking process. You don't want to over-season it all at once, because as you cook it, the salt is going to intensify. That's my favorite word today, it seems. So you just want to do it slowly but surely throughout the cooking process. And once I get my tart filling ready, I'm going to taste it one more time to see if it needs more stuff, more seasonings. Okay. I wanted to show you the dough. It's a basic pie dough that we made. If you look at it, it has lots of big pieces of butter, and that is what's going to make it nice and flaky, right? Don't have time to show you how I roll it out, so by the magic of television, we have one rolled and par-baked. Basically, I rolled it out, put it in my pie dish, and then I took a piece of wax paper, put the wax paper in there, and put rice to weigh down the wax paper, and that helps the dough not rise and get puffy. It's called par-baking. So that's where we'll put this right here. And then we want to finish up our filling. I have some callaloo that's already blanched in heavily salted water. You always want to blanch your vegetables in heavily salted water because they suck up that seasoning and really makes them taste good. So this I'm going to cut up. Ooh, tough. I'm going to use about a cup of this in my filling. That's nearly a cup. We'll do a little bit more. Like so. Now from here, we're going to go whoosh. We're going to put some cognac in there, deglazed with cognac, and that's really going to make it taste good. Now, if you really want to see flames, I can give you some flames. You want to see some flames? I'll give you some flames. Let's pull out. I'd say at home, make sure you pull it off the flame, because if the pan is very hot, this is going to explode in your face. You don't want that. I can do it because I do it all the time. And you just go like this. Ha 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 ha. Fire. Doesn't that look great? There we go, guys. Now, I also want to start the cherry sauce. That's going to go with our pork. That is going to get shallots, which we have here, which is an onion. It's very sweet. It's going to get frozen cherries. If you can find fresh down here, go for it, but I don't think you can. It's going to get lots of port, a little thyme, some cloves to give it that Christmassy flavor. And we're just going to reduce it down to make it like almost like a syrup. Oh, let me get my flame on here. That looks good. I'm going to turn that off now. And once we get our sauce started, I'm going to add some eggs, some cream, some more herbs to that, and get it in the tart shell. One more, we should be good. If you notice, I didn't cut off the ends of these shallots, because if I had, I'd been crying out right now. That's a trick. Don't cut off the ends until you have to. Get some olive oil here, like so. Get our shallots in there. Get that going. And now, let's start the filling for our tart. I'm going to put this in here. Like so. Oh, that looks so good. And it smells amazing. I'm going to go and grab my cream and my milk. Right here. We're going to need our eggs. Sorry, I keep walking up and down all over the place. Now I'm going to do this separate. It's 1 cup of cream, or half a cup of cream to half a cup of milk. And then we're going to use about 8 to 10 eggs, because you're making a custard. And I'll show you the trick. If you don't know exactly, if you're doing a custard and you really don't know exactly how many eggs to use, I'll show you the finger trick. So you'll know if it's the right amount. Just going to go over here. Crack the eggs. Woo. Oh look, I got a shell in there. It's a good thing. I can show you how to get it out. Just take another shell and dip in there and get it out. How many are gone? 4? I think I went 4. Okay, so from here, you're going to go back on your break. I'm going to continue cooking. I'm going to finish this, put it in the oven, get it going, and then I'm going to show you how to finish that sauce when we come back and check on our pork. So you come back soon, and I'll keep cooking. Bye. Welcome back to MegaMart's culinary journey. So while you're on your break, I started my sauce where you saw me caramelizing the shallots. I added my cherries into there. Now I'm going to add my port. It's a very simple and easy sauce. Now I'm going to show you a trick. Sometimes when we don't have time to wait for the sauce to reduce, it doesn't really require that reduction process. We get another pan hot, very hot. We'll take the sauce that's already in another pan, add it to that, and look at that. Reducing. So that's going to continue going right there. Turn our flame up high. Put this in the sink. Also, I got my Brussels sprout, my Brussels sprout sauce, if you want to call it, going. I rendered off some bacon with some garlic, and then to stop the garlic from cooking so it doesn't burn, I add a little lemon juice and a little orange juice, because acid stops the cooking. It stops the oil, the heat, it cools down the oil and stops the garlic from burning. Also put a little thyme in there. This I forgot to say. I put 2 cloves, thyme again, and a little cinnamon. Let's taste it. I also season it with a little salt and pepper. We pulled out our beautiful pork. Doesn't she look gorgeous? So now we're going to slice it and put it on our platter, which I already portioned out our tarts. Out of that big tart, you can get, I have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can get 16 orders out of that big tart we did. So I'm going to pull this over here. This has been resting for about 10 minutes, which is perfect. Let's get off the herbs, take out the oranges and the cinnamon. That looks so good. Put this here. Put this back over here. Let's get our platter. I tasted some of the pork, it was good. Yummy. So we want to cut there's a piece of rope in here that holds it together. I'm going to cut it. It's all sewn together. There we go. And pull it out. See? Other one, see right there? That's going to be gorgeous. I'm going to start from this end. You want to cut in between the bones. Look at that, perfectly cooked pork. And then you have a piece for those who don't like our pork overcooked. We like it more medium. See, this end is nice and medium, and this end is nice and well done, which is exactly what you want. Because, you know, back in the day, when we used to have to cook our pork to well done, that's because it used to have worms. But now we don't have that problem because they're farmed properly and they don't eat the dirt and whatever's around them. They're farm raised on grain and so forth. I'm going to do that. Doesn't that look beautiful, guys? Oops, look like I'm licking a bone. Looks so good. Look at that. Oops, I forgot to take the foil off. And then this piece, we'll just slice it nicely. I have it coming around this way. And then what we'll do is garnish it with some beautiful scallions right here. Then some nice oranges right around here. Take that seed out. And we're going to sauce it.